So in this short tutorial, I'm going to talk about the Venturi, what it does and how to clean it or replace it. So Venturi is a natural way of creating a vacuum by change of pressure. So the way that the Venturi system works in the BestCode is by two large pipes coming into a smaller pipe, and the back pressure that's created with that drop is creating vacuum. So we pull off of that middle smaller pipe to create the vacuum for pulling the ink through the return gutter. Sometimes during this process, that return gutter is open to atmosphere, so it is possible for any of that return gutter line to become blocked. So a common fault is a dry gutter warning, and the dry gutter warning is basically telling you that there's no vacuum pulling out of the gutter. So if you get a buildup of ink and the ink is splashing everywhere and you can't hear the vacuum on the gutter, it's either going to be a block in the ink line on that return line, or back into the Venturi, and the Venturi is just not creating a vacuum. So this process, I'm going to show you how to remove it, if it's damaged, how to replace it, if it's just blocked, how to clean it out. So the only tools we need for this job, it's a very simple job, is the cleaner, which is the, I'm using an MEK based printer here, so make sure the cleaner is the same base, a beaker, a pair of safety glasses for your PPE, gloves, and a small Phillips screwdriver. So the first thing we have to do is to turn off the printer. So we're going to stop the jet if it's not already stopped, and we're going to power off the printer through the menus. And once it's powered off, then we can go ahead and unplug it from the mains. So now the printer's powered off, we can go ahead and remove the back panel, undo the little knurled thumb screw at the bottom, slide this panel off altogether, and this will reveal the back of the printer. So once the panel's off, you can see here on the left hand side we have the ink tank, the smart fill coming into the ink tank, and then right here with this main tube coming from the main filter, this comes into the Venturi. So this is the part that we're going to be taking out, and this is the part that also creates the gutter vacuum. So we're going to be taking this out, cleaning it. If it's faulty, then showing you how to replace it altogether. So this first part, we're going to take out the smart fill cup right here, and we're going to take that out to give us room where we can take out the ink tank and get access to the Venturi. So we take off of that, and again we have the 3 screws in the top that hold it in place. Be careful not to lose these screws. So once these screws are out, then we can lift the whole of the smart fill cup out of the ink tank, like that. Lay that across the front, and now you see we've got better access in here to the ink tank. So once the back cover has been removed, we can go ahead and use our little wooden platform, put that in the space there to make a nice workplace we can work from. And I'm going to slide the ink tank out a little bit to get access to the Venturi. Now the Venturi is just a push fit into here. There's some rubber seals and this pushes in. So before I take that out of there, I'm just going to go ahead and get a beaker, and we can go ahead and take the top tube out. And the way we take the tubes out, these are on a pressure fit gland. So we just push the gland down and pull the tube out. Again, make sure you're wearing your PPE goggles, glasses, and your latex gloves. These tubes have a tendency of flicking. So if they're full of ink, they're going to flick ink on you. So the way we pull this out, it should just lift out, and it's going to have a little bit of residual ink on there. We can start taking some of these other tubes out. That one comes out of the side, and the green one out of the top, like that. And then the black one also should just slide out like that. Now that the Venturi is free, we can put that into a beaker so that we can start cleaning. Go ahead and push the ink tank back in, out of the way. We don't need that for a little bit now. Make yourself some more room on the bench here. So with the right cleaner, we're using MEK. I'm going to just start cleaning this down, cleaning the rubber seal off around these hoses where they fitted in, and then also around the bottom of the Venturi device. Okay, now we have the Venturi reasonably clean. We've washed it down and made it clean to handle, and we're going to split the top and the bottom parts apart. So that comes together just like the tubes with a quick release fitting underneath. So I'm going to pull that fitting up and then just gradually ease that apart like that. And now we have the two parts to clean. So this part where we're looking to clean is inside here, and in the two inlets, and here on the side, and then also in the end. And what we're looking for is, if we look all the way through, we should see daylight coming out of the top filter. So I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning this. And take your time with it. There's no rush. Push it all the way down into the hole. Make sure all of these fittings are clean. We should see nice white clean plastic underneath. There is going to be a little bit of staining, but not too much. And then each one of these holes here we can clean. And obviously in the side. And a way to test whether it's actually unblocked now is to put your cleaner in the top and make sure that the fluid comes out of the bottom. If it comes out of the bottom, then you know that you've freed all that up. So we can put that to one side now. And now we get this part, and we do the same with this. So we're cleaning around the top, putting the cleaner through the tube, making sure everything is nice and clean. Like that. So now once we've done that, we can now get the other part, push them together so it clicks into place, and we're ready now to put it back into the printer. So putting it back into the printer is identical to taking it out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to slide the ink tank out a little bit. Give us access, and remember this tube goes into the side, push it all the way in till it clicks. The green goes into the top and the black on the bottom. We can then feed this into the ink tank, and a little trick when we're pushing it back in, just go ahead and spray a little bit of cleaner around the top, and that helps it slide in. And then we can go ahead and put the top tube in, click it in place, and slide the whole thing back in to the printer. When we've done that, get the smart fill cup, make sure you don't trap those wires. And exactly the same process, make it slide in a little easier. We're going to just spray around and that pushes down nice and easy then. And the last part is just to put those 3 screws back in. Don't over tighten them. Then put the cap back in and we're ready to try it out and make sure that the Venturi is creating vacuum.